Good.
Okay. The recording started, Magistrate.
Okay, wonderful. Good morning, everyone. This is a code compliance hearing for the City of North Miami. Today is December 7th, 2023. And let me take this opportunity to wish everyone a happy holidays because I will not get to see you, prior to next year. So, again, this is a code compliance hearing for the City of North Miami. My name is Beatrice Cazzo, Special Magistrate for the city. The purpose of this hearing is to determine if a code violation exists at your property, as observed and cited by a code enforcement officer of the city. If the city is not able to prove its case, then I will dismiss the case and you may leave. These proceedings are being recorded, therefore all persons who are speaking should do so one at a time to ensure that all testimony is clearly audible on the recording device. Now, we have a little issue today as it relates to our interpreters. We usually have both a Creole and a Spanish interpreter for our non-English speaking residents. So when I call your case, if you need the assistance of an interpreter, please let me know because your case will be reset. Or if you can just leave a note, I guess, Madam Clerk, if they can leave a note in the, how do you call that? The chat to let us know that they will need either a Creole or Spanish interpreter, we can go ahead and reset their case. That way they don't have to wait all day to be heard. When your case is called, the property owner, agent for the property owner, or any witness that you may have, since this is virtual, I'm going to ask you to click on the raise hand button that you see on your screen so that you can be acknowledged. When asked, please state clearly your name, your business or mailing address, and your relationship to the property. If you are not the property owner or an attorney representing the property owner, then you must present a notarized power of attorney affidavit in order for your testimony to be taken on behalf of the property owner. For new cases, you will be asked for the record if you are aware of and understand the violation that is being heard today, and do you understand what is required to resolve it? Please answer accordingly. The city will present its case first. Then the property owner and or violator will be given an opportunity to testify on their own behalf, to bring forward witnesses to testify, to present evidence and photographs, and to cross-examine the city's witnesses. Following the case presentation, I will issue a finding of fact on the case. If I find that a violation of city codes exists or existed at your property, then depending on the case type, I will set an abatement date for the violation to be resolved. Or for repeat violations, I will impose a daily fine amount. For new non-repeat cases, my order will include an abatement date by which you must resolve the violation and a daily fine amount that I may impose at a future hearing date should the violation not be resolved by the abatement date. If I find sufficient cause to postpone enforcement action at this time, I will table this case proceeding to another hearing date in the future. If you do not agree with my finding of fact and or ruling, you may appeal, the property owner may appeal the administrative order on the case to the circuit court. An appeal must be filed within 30 days of the date of the execution of the administrative order to be appealed. In accordance with Florida statutes, if a person decides to appeal any decision made by the special magistrate, Madam Clerk?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, just check your chat because I see some things are coming up. So I'm not really sure. I can't.
I'm the one that's actually sending the chats to
Okay.
the attendees.
Okay. All right.
I'm on top of it.
No problem. Thanks. If I find sufficient cause to postpone enforcement action at this time, where was I? No, I'm sorry. In accordance with Florida statutes, if a person decides to appeal any decisions made by the special magistrate with respect to any matter considered at these proceedings, then the person will need a verbatim record of the proceeding. This record includes the testimony and evidence upon which the appeal is to be based. The cost of obtaining the verbatim record shall be the sole responsibility of the appellant, and it is recommended that persons who plan to appeal their case should provide their own court reporter at this proceeding. Pursuant to city codes, if the city of North Miami prevails in prosecuting a case before the special magistrate, the city shall be entitled to recover all costs incurred in prosecuting the case. The current cost assessment amount is $100 per case. Once the city records an order that imposes a fine and authorizes a lien against the property, then the city will charge additional administrative fees to record and release the lien. Madam Clerk, feel free to take over.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for attending today's hearing. I'll review the process by which today's hearing will be conducted today. Make sure your device is muted at all times unless you are giving testimony on the case. If you are using two devices to participate in today's hearing, be sure your audio is only enabled on one device. When your case is called, if you are signed into Zoom, you will receive a notification giving you access to audio and video so that you may give your testimony. If you are physically here in person and wish to give testimony, you must sign in with the co-clerk and await a text message indicating your case is ready to be heard. Upon receiving that message, you should immediately come to the office to be provided access to a computer. If you would like to speak on behalf of a case, once the case is called, you should click the raise hand button to be acknowledged. Before giving your testimony, please state your name, property address, and relationship to the property. If you wish to assist, I'm sorry, because there is no interpreter today. If your call is case and you do need an interpreter, the magistrate will allow for a reset. Magistrate, that concludes all the instructions for today. And as far as any amendments to the agenda, I'm going to call item number 17 and 18 into record. That is NM Real Estate Holdings, LLC. Case number for item number 17 is CEEXC 2022-00029. And item number 18, case number CEFAW 2022-00084. And that is for NM Real Estate Holdings, LLC. Those two cases are postponed.
Okay, these are the only two items on the agenda?
That is correct, Magistrate.
Okay. All right, if that's it, you may call your first case.
Noted. I'm gonna allow Mr. Kevin Thomas onto the panelist. I'll be calling his case first.
I apologize. Who's going to swear the officers?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Are we going to do the anthem?
Yes, we are. My apologies.
I realized we skipped the whole, step.
We all in the holiday mode.
Yes.
My apologies. Sorry. We have the police officer here who's going to do the swearing.
Thank you.
We're going to do the Pledge of Allegiance, then the swearing in, or swearing in, then pledge?
Pledge allegiance and then the swearing.
Okay.
Can everyone enable their cameras?
You can place your hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I'll be doing the swearing in right now. If you could raise your right hand, please. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you are about to give in these proceedings will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? If so, say aloud, I do.
I do.
Thank you.
Thank you, officer.
You're welcome.
All right. Okay, guys, we can call our first case.
Yes. We'll proceed with item number 10, 11, and 13 for Hidden Waters Condo Association. Item number 10, case number is CEFOB 2022-00397. This case was previously found guilty with an abatement date of November 16, 2023. Fine was set at $350 plus $100 cost assessment. Item number 11, case number is CEZCU 2022-00704. Previously found guilty with an abatement date of November 16, 2023. Fine was set at $350 plus $100 cost assessment. And item number 13, case number is MHVIO 2023-01173. And the inspector is Lemestre.
Good morning, Magistrate Kazu. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning. I'm sorry, who's present on this case?
Good morning, Your Honor. Kevin Thomas on behalf of Hidden Waters Condo.
Good morning, Mr. Thomas. All right, thank you. All right, you may proceed, Inspector.
Good morning, everybody. Neighborhood Service Inspector Jonathan Lemestre. And we'll start with case number 10 and case number 11, CEFOB-2022-00397. This is in regard to the property not having a business tax receipt for the city of North Miami. They were found guilty by Magistrate Kazu, and they had to abate by November 16th. As of the final reinspection for the business tax receipt and for the certificate of use, they don't have either at the moment, the business tax receipt or the certificate of use. But with that said, they did file an application with the city to obtain it, and the application is being processed by the city as we speak.
Okay. All right. Well, then, let's give him time. I'm not going to, let me hear what's going on with item number 11. Chances are I'm going to let all the cases run together. Let's see what's, where we are on item 11.
Item number 11 is the certificate of use, same exact thing as the business tax receipt. They were found guilty on November 16th. And they don't have the certificate of use. They did file an application with the city to obtain the certificate of use, but again, it's being processed by the city.
All right, in that case, I'm not going to ratify the fine now today, since they have an application pending. What we will do is, would 30 days work for you, Mr. Thomas?
Yeah, Sean, I got an email yesterday from the zoning that we're on the list to be inspected, which was originally going to happen by December 6th, but I guess they're a little behind. But I expect 30 days would be very fine, Your Honor. Okay,
so let's do 30 days for the business tax receipt and the certificate of use. You said there was a third case, right?
Yes, ma'am. Item number 13, case number MHVIO-2023-01173. And this is in regard to the exterior conditions at Hidden Waters condominium. This case is being heard for the first time, if I'm not mistaken. On August 23rd, 2023, I conducted an annual housing inspection at 1860 Venice Park Drive in North Miami. When I conducted the inspection, I observed that the exterior walls were dirty. There was dirt, mildew, and stains throughout the property. I posted the notice of violation at the property, mailed the notice of violation at the property, and I mailed the notice of violation as well. And as of the final reinspection date, the property owner has failed to pressure wash and or paint the property, and the dirt and the mildew remains at the property. I don't know if Adney, if you could put the pictures up.
Yes.
That's not totally necessary, Your Honor. I mean, the associate, I did talk to them yesterday about that. I did advise they need to at least do the power wash. We're in the process of getting engineering reports and everything for the 40-year inspection, so there will be a lot of construction coming up pretty soon, which is kind of why they didn't do it previously. But I did advise them they at least need to do a pressure wash before subsequent to this hearing.
Okay. Is it something that can be done within the 30 days as well? So we can let all three cases run together?
Yeah, Your Honor, pressure washing, yeah, that could be done. They won't paint, of course, until after the construction work is done, but.
Okay. And so, Inspector, if they pressure wash it, would that be sufficient for the city?
It depends. If there's still dirt or mildew, on the property, they would have to paint. But the pressure wash, I mean, it would help.
Okay.
But
Start with the pressure wash and see, how it looks once that's done. So let's give them 30 days to do that.
Okay.
And, when you bring it back, you can tell us whether or not they need to do a little more.
Yes, ma'am.
The pressure wash. Now, let me ask, why did we not call item number 12?
Because the building official will speak on behalf of that case.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right.
I will call it into record now since Jonathan is done with his testimony.
All right.
Item number 12, case number is FYBRR 2021-00144.
All right. Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning, Madam Magistrate.
Good morning.
This is regarding a pending 40-year recertification for the building. So as of today, it is still pending. So they were properly notified of this issue, and
Okay. Mr. Thomas?
Your Honor, we have gotten the first report from from our contractor. Of course, work hasn't started yet. I would ask, and I'm not sure if at this point, Mr. Jean, are you just looking for the report from them?
correct, yeah. The report needs to be submitted with the corresponding fee.
Okay.
So, also, before any repair work needs to be done, a permit application needs to be submitted for that work, and just make sure that the scope of work on the permit application is encompassing all the outstanding items on the recertification reports.
Okay, because we got just for information, we got a electrical report and a construction report. I just received it from yesterday, so I didn't submit anything to you. I can make direct contact. Your Honor, if I could have, within that 30 days to provide that to Mr. Jean, along with.
All right. We're going to reset it 30 days. So basically all four cases will run together. We'll see you back here in 30 days and hopefully, you're able to resolve some of the issues, and whatever is not resolved, we'll deal with that at the next hearing. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor. Everybody have a wonderful holiday. Stay warm.
Happy holidays.
It's too cold for me.
Same.
Bye-bye.
I'm going to call item number 6, Magistrate. Give me 1 second as I allow the attendee in as a panelist.
Okay. 6.
Item number 6 is Evelyn Jean Baptiste. Case number is CESTR 2022-00039, and the inspector is Shannon Sanders. And then we have Ruben Jean Baptiste here on behalf of this.
Yes.
Sir, please enable your camera as well. We can hear you, but we cannot see you.
Good morning, sir.
Please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in these proceedings shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God. Please say I do.
Yes.
Please state your full name in relationship to the property.
Rubens Jean-Baptiste, owner of the property.
Thank you, sir. All right, Inspector?
Yeah, I'm Shanna Sanders, Neighborhood Service Inspector. Just give me one moment, Magistrate. I'm trying to look at the police report. I'm noticing here that the police officer isn't here. So I want to give testimony as to what the police report itself states, since I wasn't there at the time of this violation. Oh, you have it there? Okay, thank you, Edney. I'm Shanna Sanders, Neighborhood Service Inspector. This is the violation that was given to me last year regarding a short-term rental property. From the police report, the police officer went out there on June 19th of 2022, whereas he was dispatched to 215 Northwest 122nd Street in reference to loud music. Upon arrival, he observed and heard, he saw speakers that were set up in the backyard. He spoke to the resident regarding the loud music. Mr. Rubens at that time advised that the location is being used as an Airbnb. He stated that the resident was not rented today. However, he was having a small gathering at the property with some friends. Mr. Rubens agreed to lower the music at that time. I received the complaint 2 days, maybe 3 after the police officer went to the property. I myself spoke with Mr. Rubin. At that time, he advised that maybe there was some miscommunication between him and the officer. He stated that he was not using and has never used the property as a short-term rental. I explained to Mr. Rubin, I only can go by what the police report stated, and that would be something that he would have to discuss with the officer. As of today, or at least of my last inspection, I have not heard of any conversations between him and the officer to explain why the police report stated it what it stated and why Mr. Rubin advised that he was using the property as a short-term rental. So I'll let Mr. Rubin, give information in or detail as to what transpired, what happened, and why he said what he stated at the time.
No, we're not gonna have him incriminate himself. That's not enough information here for us to make a decision that the property is being used as an Airbnb, and therefore I'll dismiss it.
Thank you, Magistrate.
All right. Thank you, sir. Have a good one.
All right, thank you. Likewise.
Happy holidays, Rubin.
Same to you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right, I'm gonna call item number 7 through 9. Give me 1 second, Magistrate, as I allowed the attendee in. Okay, I don't see the attendee in the room anymore, but I'll go ahead and proceed with item number 22 to 23. Item number 22 to 23, Ramona Cedino. Case number for item number 22 is CEBPR 2023-00798. And item number 23, case number CEBPR 2023-00799. And the inspector is Colson. And then we have Ana Quintero.
I'm looking for, is she here?
She just accepted the invitation to be on the panel list.
Okay.
Morning.
Good morning, Inspector Colson.
You ready?
I'm not seeing Anna as well. She accepted the invitation, so waiting for her to show on our. She will be joining now. And please enable your camera and audio.
Good Good morning.
Hi, good morning. How you doing?
Very well. Are you driving?
Yes, right now. I'm gonna pull over right now, actually. Hold on.
Hmm.
Sorry. Oh, it's on the road. I don't think I can pull over right now, actually, because I'm in a bridge.
All right, do it safely. If you're on a bridge, I don't think that's a safe place for you to stop. And it sounds like you have
Yeah,
somebody else in the car with you. Let's
yeah,
pass your case.
yeah.
Here's what
Go
I'm
ahead.
gonna do. I'm gonna pass the case. When you find a safe place, just hit the raise button and then we will
Okay,
recall your case, okay?
perfect.
All
Thank
right,
you so much.
drive
I'm so
safely.
sorry about that.
No
Pardon me.
problem.
Thank
Okay.
you. Appreciate that. Awesome.
All right.
Thank you.
All right, Madam Clerk, you can call the next case. When she is safe in a safe area, then she'll do the rate caller.
No problem. Jeanne Revals, please enable your camera and audio.
What item is that?
She's actually not on today's agenda. I sent her a message in the chat and I see she's still on the hearing, so I don't want her to sit here
Okay.
for no reason. Jeanne? Can you hear me? Yeah, she's unmute, but I'm not sure if she could hear me.
Okay. Well, let's put the information for her in the chat. If her case is not being heard today, then put it in the chat. Hopefully she reads it.
All right, I'm gonna allow Alexis into the room as well. Because Alexis,
What item is that?
she's also not on today's agenda. Because we have a very short agenda, so the people that are here that are not on here, I've been trying to send a message on via the chat.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello. Sir, your case is not on today's agenda. It was postponed because the inspector had an emergency, so it'll be reset for February 7th.
Okay. That's fine.
You'll also receive another notice in the mail with the hearing information.
Okay, so February 2nd. Thank you.
February 7th.
2nd, 7th. Okay,
7th.
thank you.
You're welcome. And as Jeanne Revolts, your case also is not on today's agenda. If you could hear me, you do not have to remain on today's hearing. And in Magistrate, we do have a Danny Monticelli. I'm going to allow him into the chat because I'm not sure what case he's here for today.
Okay.
Danny, please accept the invitation. Please enable your camera and audio and let us know which case you're here on behalf.
Good morning, Your Honor.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What's the name of the property owner?
My home trade is a company that I own, and the address is 12630 Ixora Road, North Miami, Florida, 33181.
Okay. Magistrate,
Case
that is
number,
item number 16.
yes, 2022-00026.
Got it. It's item number 16 is My Home Trade LLC, case number CETRE 2022-00026, and Jose Perez will be presenting this case.
Can somebody swear in Mr. Monticelli, please?
Yes. Sir, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in these proceedings shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God. Please say I do.
Yes, I do.
Good morning. I also need to be sworn in.
Good morning.
You're muted, Madam Clerk.
Jose, please raise your right hand. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in these proceedings shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God. Please say I do.
I do.
You may proceed.
Good morning. Today we're hearing the case as it relates to the property at 12630 Exora Road. This case is as it relates to an after-the-fact permit being needed to obtain, and mitigation needed to be met for a tree that was removed in the swale. An after-the-fact permit was applied for on July 11th, 2023, but it was not fully executed. They did not finish the mitigation process and finish closing out the permit. Therefore, the case has been forwarded to special magistrate. There are some photographs depicting of the tree stump removal at the end after the tree was gone. There are some photographs that were taken at the scene. Basically, at that time, the contractor was already finishing and they just left the stump. The property owner was served via certified mail and posted at the property. At this time, the city is seeking an adjudication and will allow some time for the property owner to finalize the permit. But being that this was a tree that was removed without permits, they do need to go ahead and finalize that and meet the mitigation as required by city ordinance.
Mr. Monticelli?
Yes, we already get in contact with Miss Allison. She sent us an email with the information of the kind of trees. We need to plant 3 new trees on the property. I sent an email to her. If she can go, I am not very familiar with about plants and stuff like that. So I sent an email to her if she can go to the property and let me know specifically the place that he wants that I plant the trees. So we went to the city. I think so this will be solved next week. We should have the plans already in the place that she's going to recommend me.
Okay. The city has no objections to tabling this. I'm sorry, we would like to seek the adjudication, but granting them 30 days for compliance.
All right. Mr. Monticelli, I do find that the violation does exist. I will enter an adjudication, but I will not enter a daily fine or a one-time fine, typically in this case. At this time, I'm going to give you 30 days since you have indicated that you are in contact with the city. I'm assuming, is it an arborist that he's in contact with in terms of the trees that needs to be replaced? Okay. So, they're better suited to tell you, or advise you accordingly in terms of what trees need to be replaced, the ones that you removed without the permit. But either way, I'm giving you 30 days, sir, and hopefully that would have been resolved by then, and maybe this case can be taken off calendar. So good luck to you and happy holidays.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And happy holidays too. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank you, sir.
¿Quién es el hombre que apareció también?
Item number 19, Nomi Condominium Association, Inc., case number CEMHS 2022-00645, and the inspector is Shanna Sanders. And we have a Janvier Lopez on behalf of this case today.
While we're waiting for Mr. Pierre, I'm looking at an email. Was anything submitted up in evidence regarding this property, Edme?
Not to my knowledge.
Yes.
If he sent it this morning, there's nothing I could do once the agenda is posted.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure.
Sir, can you please raise your right hand?
I can't swear. I'm a Seventh-day Adventist. I can say yay or nay and give my word to say the truth, but I cannot swear on a basis of religion.
Okay, Magistrate, you okay with?
Yes, we may proceed.
Your Honor, On Friday morning, I asked for an extension because we didn't have the permit from the county. I submitted it online. In the afternoon, we received the certificate of the elevator, and I submitted it online. I emailed Inspector Sanders the elevator certificate on Friday. I emailed her on Monday. I sent a text on Tuesday, and I left a copy of it at her office this morning with a young gentleman in the front office who took my name and number and said he would give it to her. We're in compliance.
You said you are in compliance?
Yes, ma'am. All it is the elevator certificate. We had a problem. This association is very poor. They always have financial problems. That's number one. Number two, the repairs to the elevator were over $2,000. We had to extend it. The parts had to be ordered. And while all that happened, Inspector Sanders did the reinspection, and obviously it wasn't on there. But as of Friday, actually earlier, because we waited about 10 days from the county to get the permit, I finally was able to go there and talk to somebody in charge, and they gave it to me. I had to go there in person on Friday. So, we're in full compliance, and we have been for 10 days. It's not our fault if the county, takes 10 days to send something.
Okay. I'm not familiar with your case, so let me allow Inspector Sanders.
Yes, ma'am.
And, if necessary, we can table it so I can give her an opportunity to go out there and double check to make sure, in whatever documentation that you've been submitted, she can review them and inform the court as to your compliance.
Shanna Sanders, Neighborhood Service Inspector. This is a new case for property address 360 Northeast 125th Street. It's in reference to a elevator certificate that needed to be renewed. I inspected the property on December 21st of 2022, whereas we were doing our annual housing inspections. At the time of doing the annual housing inspection, I observed the elevator certificate that had been expired. I had a conversation with, I don't believe it was just gentlemen, but it was someone via telephone call, stated the same thing that the gentleman stated. They were going through financial restraints. They had requested an inspection. I think it was some things going on with the elevator that needed to be repaired. However, moving forward a year later or 10 months later, we went ahead and filed it for the magistrate hearing because as of that time, the elevator certificate still hadn't been renewed or posted. I have been speaking with the gentleman via telephone call and through text. I inspected the property this morning because I did receive an email from him, as he stated, on Friday. I'm off on Fridays, so I followed up on Monday. I even went this morning per his email and inspected. As of this morning, I still showed the expired elevator certificate to be posted that I inspected at the time when I initially did the violation. I know he's stating that he's in compliance. He's stating he gave it to someone this morning, but as of this morning, I'm showing here 8:32 a.m., which I don't usually do the morning of inspections, but he's been adamantly texting and emailing me, but compliance has not been met as of this morning.
Can I speak?
Focus. Mm-hmm.
I gave the president the certificate, the email, so he can put it up. If he didn't put it up, it's my fault, but I'll have it put up in a couple of hours, because he's there. Somebody from the board is there. It's just the board it's a very small board, but I didn't know that they didn't put it up. I didn't go by the building this morning, Your Honor. So she's probably saying, she's telling the truth. If she says it's not there, it's because he hasn't bothered to put it up. Please give us a couple of hours and it'll be done in 2 hours. If I have to go there myself, I'll put it up because I have a copy of it.
Yeah, I'm okay with magistrate. If you would like to give an extension, if he's going to put it up today, that's fine. I just want to make sure we're on record stating this is, a year with this violation being open. And again, as of this morning, it was not posted.
We did, if I'm not mistaken, the association got the permit for the 22 from the city, and I don't know why the board didn't put it up. So I can get the old certificates if you need them. I can get them from the city. I mean, from the county. But I don't think that's the issue. The issue, I mean, is for me to put it up within the next couple of hours. If you would allow that, I give you my word, it'll be done.
All right. So, sir, I'm going to table this matter for 30 days, but just so you know, the inspector will be back to inspect, and we're going to take you as your word that.
Thank you so much.
Fines. All right. Thank you.
Thank you. All right. Thank you. Bye.
Bye. You can call your next case. Have we heard back from Ms. Quintero?
No, not yet. Not yet. Michael Nunes. Can you hear me? They're rejoining. Thanks, Thomas. Michael Nunes. Your case is not on today's hearing. It was rescheduled to the January 10th because the inspector had an emergency. My apologies for the late notification. Michael Nunes, can you hear me? I'm not sure if they're having audio issue, Magistrate.
That's me. Can you hear me now?
I could hear you now. Did you hear me earlier? Your case was rescheduled to the January 10th hearing. The inspector is not here to hear the case today.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. I appreciate that.
You're welcome. Have a great one.
Same to you, and happy holidays to everybody.
Happy holidays.
Thank you.
Let's proceed with the next case.
And Anna's raising her hand. Anna, please enable your.
We're good?
Part? Yes. Are you part? Okay.
Yes.
Please raise your right hand. You're right. Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in these proceedings shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? So help you God. Please say I do.
All right. Refresh my recollection. Which items are these?
22 and 23. It's a Ramona Sendino. Case number for item number 22 is CEBPR 2023-00798. And item number 23, case number CEBPR 2023-00799.
Ms. Quintero, please state your full name and relationship to the property.
Sure. My name is Ana M. Quintero Amador. I am the expediter for the permits being for the violation in the back of the property, and the property address 1065 Northwest 131st Street.
I'm sorry, you said you were what?
The expediter.
Okay. And Inspector Colson?
Yes. Okay. Good morning. This case CEBPR 2023-00798. I'm Inspector Colson, City of North Miami, Neighborhood Services Department. This is for construction of a separate building at the rear of the property without permits. They have applied for permits. They have BBR 00-2022-00499, but it's been denied several times, going back all the way to last year, December. And it says they have been notified of the denial. So they need to rectify the problem, whatever they're asking for over in the permits department, so they can move forward. But until that taking place, then they're still in violation. As of the final reinspection on 11/20/23, violation still remains for the structure. That's for that structure. They have permits for that structure. Well, not, they have pending permit.
Okay. All right, Ms. Quintero, are you?
What do you mean by pending permits? I had put an application with the zoning to be able to go ahead and get a Viridian, a bigger, so I could go ahead and get the place legal. So as a Miami-Dade amendment that they gave me, the property is, it's correct to have the addition in the back. That's what I'm fighting for right now, is to legalize it the way it is. And I've been going back and forth with the city. I'm still in the process of it. If I can get an extension to be able to go ahead and get everything together for you guys to be able to bring it up to code and compliance.
My understanding is that whatever you guys have been have submitted was denied, and so you said over a year ago. Is that correct, Inspector?
Yes, it's going back to 12 December. I'm trying to get the exact date.
What was the last activity on this case?
It says I have a denial on 7/26/23.
Okay. So, Ms. Quintero, what's been going on since July? Oh, okay.
And
the building official wants to join in and wants to make a statement. So I want to hear from him as well. Because it has been going back and forth for over a year, and the last activity on the case is from July. I just want to have a better understanding of what's going on.
Thank you.
Good morning, Mayor Jean, building official, City of North Miami. Madam Magistrate, looking through here, and also the photos as provided. She has a couple of issues, setback issues for zoning that I can see, and also under structural that was resulted June 20th, 2023. The design professional has a revoked license, so she has some issues there in terms of the design documents that were submitted. So the way I see it now, it most likely cannot be permitted with the construction that I see from the photos that are up, as long as with the design professional license being revoked. So there's no way we can issue a permit for this structure as it stands today.
And okay, so what are the options?
Yes, that's what I'm.
She'll have to meet proper setback. Basically, almost might need to almost tear it down because it's too close to the property line.
A part of it, basically, correct?
Yeah, because the setback might be 7 feet, so you're chopping, a third of the building.
Yeah.
You're gonna need to get another design professional to resubmit drawings.
Okay. Okay, so if we do, I'm gonna get a new basically somebody that it's qualified for to make the design, no problem, because basically the architect is saying it's no longer can do work for me, basically. So is there any chance that I could get all that together for you guys and get an extension and then I'll have a meeting with you guys personally so we could discuss what is it that you guys do, let me do, I guess, in the property.
Yeah, definitely a sit-down meeting is needed in order for you to move forward. That's the first thing, and basically get a design professional that's licensed in the state of Florida, and probably they can come in. We'll be glad to sit down with you. There's also a zoning reviewer that's here, and we can tell you, I guess, basically where it's buildable on your property.
Okay.
All right.
But if I pardon, I'm sorry. If I meet the correct setbacks and everything, I could have what I have now, but just with the correct setbacks. Correct.
And also the structural need to be addressed as well.
Okay.
So there's some rework that needs to be done.
Okay, no problem. So I'll set up a meeting with you and or whoever I'm gonna meet in that department and move forward with the designs and stuff like that. That I could get it done.
Okay, and I'll put my email address in the chat for you.
Okay, awesome.
All right, thank you, Miss Quintero.
All right, thank you guys so much.
We have another case for that property. We have two cases for that property.
I do want to ask the business, I'm sorry, the building official, Mr. Jean, the
Yes,
structure as we have it right now, is it something that she needs to get a permit and have it taken down right away, or is it something that that's part of the broader conversation that you wish to have with her in her new?
Yeah,
that would be part of the conversation, because she might, after we meet, might require some demolition, and also I don't know if she has electricity there now. So yeah, there needs to be a further conversation about. It might be a partial demolition or.
Is it something that you want to do sooner rather than later? Do you want me to do a 30-day reset?
Yeah, reset it for 30 days, and so that way we can at least iron out to see how she can move forward. But it's just something that's going to need more time to resolve,
Yes. Okay. All right, Ms. Quintero, I'm sorry. Resetting it for 30 days within that time. Well, we do have the holidays upon us.
Yeah. Yeah.
Officer Jean, do you think 30 days is doable, considering that we have the entire Christmas and holidays, et cetera? Or do you think if you believe that the structure is safe, then I can do 60 days. Or I can ask Madam Clerk, when is my next date? And I can set it then. Otherwise, if you believe that it's something that needs to be addressed immediately because it's a hazard, then I will leave it the 30 days, and Ms. Quintero is going to have to do what needs to be done to make sure that she has that meeting with your office within the next 30 days.
Yeah, Madam Magistrate, just leave it for 30 days, because she has some CMU walls that look like it may be unsecured. So, so let's leave it for the 30 days.
That's my question. So then
So, Magistrate, with our next date of abatement being December 27th, that is a bit under the 30 days. If you like, you can set it for January 24th with a date of abatement to at least follow through with the building official. And the next hearing she'll be attending is February 7th with the other magistrate.
February 7th is way too far. If I do not want, I can't pressure her into the December 27th abatement date. I'm giving her a true 30 days. So within 30 days for her to meet with the building official. So the next hearing date is when?
January 10th.
Okay, then January 10th, then there has to be a report in terms of where we are with that. Because as the building official stated, if that structure is not safe, then I don't want this to linger until February. If a permit needs to be pulled so that the structure be taken down, then that's what needs to happen.
Okay.
Great. We have another case. Don't leave.
Oh yeah.
Okay. You may proceed, Inspector Colson.
Second case for 1065 Northwest 131st Street, CEBPR 2023-00799. This case is for a brown metal fence was installed at the rear of the property without permits. As of final reinspection on 11/2023, there's still no permits on file for the brown metal fence.
Okay, see it.
Thanks.
Sarah?
Okay, so on those plans that I submitted, it is the fence there. Do I have to set a different permit, open a different permit for that violation? I'm just noticing this violation. I only know about the other one. So I'm just asking that question.
Jean,
Go ahead.
Mary Jane, you still on? Because she's saying for that fence, that does she need to submit a different permit for the fence?
Yes, it would be a separate fence permit, and I don't think one exists.
No, I didn't see anything when I looked.
Yeah. So yes, she needs a separate fence permit for that.
So let's reset it 30 days so it can run with the other one within the time frame. You can go ahead and submit your permit application, okay?
Okay, awesome.
All right. Good luck to you.
So basically, we'll see. I'll see January. You said 10th, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
All right. Thank you. Good luck to you. Happy holidays.
Thank you so much. Happy holidays.
All right.
Thank you.
Happy holidays.
Magistrate, that concludes all the attendees for today's hearing, and we'll proceed with the rest of the cases. And Miss Anna.
What happened to, you said somebody was present for item number 7 through 9.
They're not in the attendee queue.
Okay. All right.
They registered, however, they did not show up.
Okay, no problem. All right, let's proceed.
Item number 1 through 2, we have 1530 Northeast 130th Street. Case number for item number 1, CEFOB 2022-00374. And item number 2, case number CEZCU 2022-00672. And the inspector is Shanna Sanders. We can hear you, Shanna. We can hear you.
Hear me now? Okay, I'm sorry, I had it up. Shanna Sanders, Neighborhood Service Inspector. The first case for the business tax receipt for property address 1530 Northeast 130th Street. Quickly reviewing. Okay, it was never heard. It was just granted a few extensions. This is a new case for, again, property address 1530 Northeast 130th Street for failure to obtain the business tax receipt. Both cases kind of go hand in hand, so we can hear them together or separate if you would like. I initially inspected the property on July 14th of 2022, whereas I was doing my annual housing inspections. At the time of the inspection, I observed or looked at the computer. I saw that there was no business tax receipt or certificate of use on file. At that time, I opened up a violation, mailed it to the property owner, as well as any listed agents for the property. I have had contact with the property owner and his secretary regarding this property. I believe the last conversation we had, they had some work out to Durham. And again, we were giving several extensions. As of my last reinspection, the business tax receipt has still not been obtained. As you see on the screen there, it's showing, as Mr. Francis stated, they're out to Durham right now. I'm showing that was dated July of 2023. I did again have a conversation with his secretary, Liliana, who stated it was out to Durham. I asked, could she possibly give them a call and follow up, seeing that this is, months in the making. I haven't had any further contact with her as of August of this year regarding this matter. So again, per my last reinspection, compliance has not been met and they have no business tax receipt on file.
Based on the unrebutted testimony, I find that the violation does exist. Also find good notice, given proper notice, owners have failed to appear and hereby enter an adjudication. Owners have 30 days. Well, actually, what's the abatement date?
We have January 24th, February 21st, and if you want it for January 10th hearing, it'll be December 27th, which is under 30 days.
No. What's the next, give me the next abatement date.
January 24th.
January 24th, okay. And that will be the abatement date. And what's the hearing date for the January 24th? That's a February?
Yes, February 7th.
Okay. So we'll have an abatement date of January 24th, by which to resolve the violation. If the violation is not resolved by the abatement date, there will be a daily fine amount of $150.
Is to both case or just that one? Because they go hand in hand.
Do you want me to hear this? Speak on? I'll speak on the second case. Just briefly. As already stated, magistrate, they kind of go hand in hand. This is a certificate of use in which they need to obtain before they actually obtain the business tax receipt. As I gave testimony already, was doing my initial annual housing inspection on July 14th of 2022, whereas I again observed no certificate of use in our business tax receipt. Has had several conversations with Mr. Francis Jacob as well as his secretary Liliana. We've gone back and forth, as to the status of the applications. Again, it's been in Durham for some months now with no follow-up. As of my last reinspection on the 16th of November, the violation still remains.
Okay, same. Find good notice, given proper notice, have failed to appear, enter an adjudication, $150 per day if the violation is not resolved by the January 24th abatement date.
Item number 3, Edgar Gomez, case number CEBPR 2023-00889, and the inspector is Lemestre. We can't hear you.
Hello?
I can hear you now. Yes.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. Wireless Bluetooth. Good morning, everybody. Neighborhood Service Inspector Jonathan Lemestre, and this case is being heard for the first time. This is in regard, the property address is 1085 Northwest 131st Street, and this is in regard to building without a permit. They installed a white panel fence, a pergola, like a roof structure, and they installed an air conditioner on the side without a permit on file. I opened the notice of violation on August 4th, 2023. I posted the notice of violation at the property the same day, and I mailed the notice of violation to the property owner. As of the final reinspection date, they removed the air conditioner and they removed the roof structure, but the white panel fence still remains on the property. I do have a before and after photo where it was just a regular fence and then they installed that white panel fence. There it is, yes. So that's the property address, and if you could zoom in to the right, they used to have a regular gated fence on the right-hand side. There it is. And they installed a white panel fence without a permit on file.
Okay.
So the only violation is, again, the white panel fence. They removed the roof structure and they removed the air conditioner.
Understood. I apologize. Can I see the notice for today's hearing again, please? That was submitted in November. All right. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find that the violation exists. Find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication. as to the white metal fence. Property owners have until January 24th by which to resolve the violation. And basically what you're asking is that they pull in after the fact permit or take it down?
They could either remove the fence or they could obtain an after the fact permit from the building department.
Okay, so I'll give them till January 24th by which to resolve the violation. If the violation is not by the abatement date, there will be a daily fine amount of $250.
Thank you.
Don't go anywhere, Jonathan. Item number 4 and 5 is Empire Legacy Management Corp. Case number CEBPR 2022-00775. And item number 5, case number CEBPR 2022-00776. It is for Empire Legacy Management Corp. Inspector Lemestre.
Yes. We'll start with case number 4. This case takes place at 1190 Northwest 130th Street, and this is in regard to a wooden fence installed in the rear of the property without a permit on file. On December 16th, 2022, I opened a notice of violation in regard to a wooden fence being installed at the property. I posted the notice of violation at the property, and I also mailed a certified letter to the property owner, Empire Legacy Management Corp., in regard to either obtaining an after-the-fact permit or to remove the fence from the property. I also, if I believe, I have a before and after photo of the fence where they didn't have the wooden fence at the property. But yes, that's the wooden fence that they installed without a permit. And the notice of violation posted. So yes, prior, that's a before and after photo. Go back, and you can zoom in. There's no wooden fence. They installed it illegally at the property. Yes. And as the final reinspection date, compliance has not been met.
2022?
This is from December 2022. So it's been over a year now, or close to a year.
And this is the first time up?
This is the first time up. We have a lot of cases in the queue. I was surprised myself.
Okay. All right. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, that I found that the violation does exist. Also find good notice, given proper notice, owners have failed to appear. Hereby find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication. Owners have until January 24th by which to resolve the violation. If the violation is not resolved by the abatement date, there will be a daily fine amount of $250.
Okay. As for case number 5, it's the same location, same address, 1190 Northwest 130th Street. And this violation is in regard to a door and illegal efficiency that was installed in the garage area without a permit on file. On December 16, 2022, a door was installed on the west side of the property in the garage area without a permit on file. I posted a notice of violation at the property on December 16, 2022. And I also mailed a notice of violation as well to Empire Legacy Management Corp., the property owner. As of the final reinspection date, the property owners failed to obtain an after-the-fact permit for the door. And a few months prior, So again, I opened the notice of violation in December, but I believe in June, the person that was renting the efficiency, he actually contacted me and told me that, yes, there is an efficiency, please come and inspect. So the photos that you're looking at is of the efficiency in the garage area. So they converted the garage area into an efficiency. The person that's renting out the efficiency, I guess, he told me that his rent was going up, so he wanted to inform the city of the efficiency. So they installed a sink, as you could see, shower, the works at the property without a permit on file, even a toilet. Yes, ma'am.
So this was, I'm sorry, go back. So when you were there in June, that tenant was still there and you were able to take photographs, have you been able to go back or have access and they haven't contacted you either to inform you that, they intend to convert the efficiency back to a garage? Nothing. You have not been contacted by the property owner?
No, and of course I checked the system this morning to see if they at least applied for a permit or something. Nothing is in our system in regard to a permit. So the legal efficiency is still there. The illegal door on the west side of the property is still there. No permit on file.
They did. There's electrical. There's plumbing. There's
the works. They did everything.
And this was a garage, right?
Yes, it was a garage. I think I have a before and after photo as well. And go up. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so there was no door. This is the west side of the property. The door is to enter into the garage efficiency. So that was, I believe, I don't know when the photo was taking place, but this was Google Maps prior. So and there it is. And that's the entrance into the efficiency. They also installed the AC. So they broke the wall and created an efficiency. They did it all.
All right, this is a lot. Okay, based on the rebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find that the violation does exist. Also find good notice, given proper notice, owners have to appear, hereby find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication. Owners have until January 24th by which to resolve the violation. If the violation is not resolved by the abatement date, there will be a daily fine amount of $500.
Thank you.
Item number 7 through 8, and Magistrate, I'm going to let the record reflect that we did have an attendee by the name of Luis Delgado who registered for this hearing. However, there were a no-show. And now I'm going to read the items into record. Item number 7, Hermes Jesus Aparicio Medina. Case number for item number 7 is CEBPR 2022-00741. Item number 8, case number CEBPR 2022-00742. And item number 9, case number CEBPR 2022-00743. All 3 cases were previously found guilty with an abatement date of November 16th, 2023, and fine was set at $500 plus $100 cost assessment for each case. And the inspector is Christopher Colson.
Good morning again.
Good morning.
So, Inspector Colson, City of North Miami, Neighborhood Service Department. First case for 1070 Northwest 132nd Street. All these is 3 cases. All of them are old cases previously heard. CEBPR 2022-00741. Violation was originally filed on 12/16/2022 by former Inspector Aaron Barber. I took over the case. It was properly mailed out. They've been properly noticed. It's for a driveway pavers installed over a large section of the front yard and the property, and with the 2 approaches as you begin to come into the property. As of the final reinspection on 11/20/2023, violation still remains, and there's no permit on file.
Go back to the pavers again, please. Okay. So they're both inside and
Yes,
outside?
inside. Yes, inside and outside.
Okay. All right. And you said they were properly noticed for today?
Yes, and they were previously we granted them extension previously, so they were properly noticed.
Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find that the violation still exists. It was that the $500 fine is hereby ratified. Okay. Next case.
Next case, CEBPR 2022-00742. This violation for exterior doors and windows were installed without permits. Previous case was opened on 12/16/2022 by former inspector, Neighborhood Service Department, Aaron Barber. I took over the case after she retired as a final reinspection on 11/20/20. I'm sorry, that's the wrong paper. As a final reinspection on 11/16/2023. Violation still remains.
All right.
No permits on file.
Okay. Can you remove it, Madam Clerk, so I can see what the final amount is?
It's 500.
Okay. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find that the violation still exists. Also find good notice, given proper notice, owners have failed to appear. The $500 fine is hereby ratified.
Last case, CEBPR 2022-00743. Support a black iron fence, which is installed with the rolling gates in the front of the property. This was installed without permit. It's also a white panel fence there too that was installed on the side of the home without permit also. And as of the final reinspection, violation still remains on 11/20/23.
All right.
Based property notice.
Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find that the violation still exists. Also find good notice, given proper notice, owners have failed to appear. I'm trying to find it. 500. The daily fine amount of $500 is here ratified.
Item number 14, Jacqueline Marcelin, case number CEIVY 2022-00146, Inspector Lemestre.
Good morning, everyone. Neighborhood Service Inspector Jonathan Lemestre. And this violation is in regard to a derelict vehicle stored on the property. The address is 12970 Northwest 15th Avenue. On November 16, 2022, I opened a notice of violation for a white Genesis vehicle stored on the property with no license plate, no tag. I posted the notice of violation that same day on November 16th, and I also mailed the notice of violation to the property owner as well. This case, it's really sad because I asked the property owner, and I've had conversations with the property owner on multiple occasions, to either remove the vehicle from the property or at least place a fitted car cover on the vehicle. If it's not working, at least place a fitted car cover on the vehicle. As of the final reinspection date, the property owner has not done anything. They just left the vehicle as is. And again, it's been over a year now where the vehicle, and I should have taken a better picture, but the airbag is deployed. So it's a vehicle that it's obviously not working, but they refuse to at least remove the vehicle or place a car cover on the vehicle. And the property owner is well aware.
Okay. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find that the violation does exist. Also find good notice, given proper notice, owners have failed to appear, hereby find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication. Owners have until January 24th by which to resolve the violation. The violation is not resolved by the abatement date. There will be a daily fine amount of $150.
Item number 15, Jade Holding Investment, LLC, case number CEBPR 2022-00763, Inspector Sanders.
Dana Sanders, Neighborhood Service Inspector. This is a new case for property address 510 Northeast 125th Street for a dumpster that needs to be enclosed. I originally inspected and cited this property on November 28th of 2022, whereas doing my normal inspections, actually this was actually called in as a complaint about the dumpster that was in the rear of the property. While I visited the property, I noticed again a dumpster that was in the rear that had not been enclosed. I spoke with the manager at that time who stated she would let corporate know and or would pass it on to her higher ups. As of my last reinspection, the dumpster at the initial time of inspection was open and exposed. They have placed an enclosure around it, but it was done without permits. I am showing proper service was given. I hand delivered the notice to appear to the manager. I started to hand it to the clerk, but then the manager came out. Again, we had a conversation. She stated she would pass it on as she did before. But again, as of my last reinspection, the dumpster that's in the rear of the property has been enclosed, but without the proper permits.
Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find that the violation does exist. Also find good notice, given proper notice, owners have failed to appear and hereby enter an adjudication. Owners have until January 24th by which to resolve the violation. If the violation is not resolved by the abatement date, there will be a daily fine amount of $250.
Item number 20, Prestige Biscayne LLC. Case number MHVIO 2020-00246. This case was previously found guilty with an abatement date of August 17th, 2023. Fine was set at $500 plus $100 cost assessment. And a building official will hear this case today. Mark? I'm not sure if he's busy, Magistrate. Martin? There you go.
You're muted. Oh, he's on the phone.
Madam Magistrate, give me less than a minute. I'm sorry, Madam Magistrate. This is item number 20?
Yes, so we'll come back to it then.
Okay, thank you.
No problem. Item number 21, Rackham Investments, LLC, case number CEZCU 2022-00720, Inspector Sanders.
Shanna Sanders, Neighborhood Service Inspector. Special Magistrate, if I can, I'm going to ask that we dismiss this case. This was a case for a business tax receipt that, the certificate of use that needed to be renewed. Community Planning and Development Department notified me yesterday that the business owner of Crown Trophy came in and paid his account and is up to date good through the 2024 fiscal year. So again, I'm going to ask that this case be dismissed. Compliance has been met.
Dispense due to compliance.
Item number 25 through 31. The White House.
Give me 1 second. What did we do with item number 24?
We're waiting on the building official. He said to give him a minute.
Yeah.
Oh, he's back now.
Yeah.
Are you able to proceed?
Yes. Madam Magistrate, I apologize. With item number 24, they have submitted recertification documents to me, and I'm working with the owner in order to, there's some additional things they need to provide, but they have been cooperating and giving me items that I need. So
okay.
I'm okay with tabling it just to give them some more time in order to close the recertification.
How long do you need?
We can, I guess, your next hearing? Can we?
The next hearing is January 10th. Do you want that or do you want February?
We could do your next hearing if that's okay with that.
When is my next hearing, Madam Clerk?
January 10th.
Okay.
So let's reset it to January 10th?
Okay, let me read it into record and then we can proceed with the final decision. Item number 24, RK Sanssouci Plaza LLC, case number FYBRR 2020000051. This case was previously found guilty with an abatement date of December 14th, 2021. Fine was set at $500.
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. James.
Magistrate, would we be able to, can I have a little more time? But we'll try to, so that way to close this case. I know it's been for a while. Would that
okay, so let's do 60 days. Let's do February 2nd, right?
7th.
7th. Okay. All right, reset 60 days.
Okay. Thank you, Madam Magistrate.
You want to recall item number 20?
Yes. Item number 20 is Prestige Biscayne LLC, case number MHVIO 2020000246. This case was previously found guilty with an abatement date of August 17th, 2023. Fine was set at $500 plus $100 cost assessment.
And as I checked, hold on, I checked recently for this item, it's still not in compliance. So, Madam Magistrate, whatever you need to do to carry, whatever actions you need to take, I'm good with it. And also, just as a background, Madam Magistrate, with this developer, he has a lot of items outstanding, and he's been in communication with me with other buildings, so he has multiple buildings out there, so he's grouping it either 3 buildings at a time in order to cure each one. So it's going to be a while, I guess, before he resolve all of them, because it's a whole bunch of.
What's going on with the AC? Why I set the fine amount so high? Was I the one who handled this case? Can you tell, Madam Clerk? Because I need to know what's going on with the AC unit, and was there health or hazard issues? Why?
No, they were installed without permits.
And Madam Magistrate, also Peggy, you might need to correct me. With this developer, it's kind of a repetitive, I guess,
issue.
habitual case.
Okay.
So I don't know if the other magistrate kind of set it high, because multiple hearings, no one was present. So, yeah, whatever you need to do, but eventually, hopefully, he'll get around to it to resolve the issue.
All right. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the court enforcement officer, I find that the violations still exist. And the daily fine amount of $500 is hereby ratified.
All right, Magistrate, we'll proceed with item number 25 through 31, which is the White House condo. Case number for item number 25 is CEFOB 2022-00398. Item number 26, case number CEMHE 2022-00062. Item number 27, case number CEZCU 2022-00705. Item number 28, MHVIO 2022-00675. Item number 29, case number MHVIO 2022-00678. Item number 30, case number MHVIO 2022-00680. And item number 31, case number MHVIO 2022-00681. And then that all those cases are for the White House condo. Inspector Lemestre.
All right, yeah, it's a lot. We'll start off one by one. Case number 25. On September 14th, 2022, I conducted an annual housing inspection at 13700 Northeast 6th Avenue. For case number 25, it's for the condominium not having a business tax receipt for the city of North Miami. As of the final reinspection date, the condominium has not even applied for the business tax receipt. So they're still in violation. But I do want to add that this case was supposed to be heard on October 5th, 2023, 25 through 31. But I had it postponed due to a new property owner for the White House condominium. And I wanted to make sure that they had proper notice as well. So you're going to see multiple certified letters for the registered agent, who remains the same when I first opened up the violation, and to the old owner and to the new owner in regards to the violation. So for case number 25, the business tax receipt, they do not have one on file.
All right. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find that the violation also find good notice, given proper notice. Owners have failed to appear, hereby find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication. Owners have till January 24th by which to resolve the violation. If the violation is not resolved by the abatement date, there will be a daily fine amount of $150.
For case number 26, CEMHE-2022-00062. This is in regard to an extermination report. The city requested that the property provide an extermination/fumigation report to the city. As of the final reinspection date, the property owners failed to provide the fumigation extermination report to the city. Same thing as case number 25. We provided the property owner. I observed that there was a new property owner. I mailed, again, multiple certified letters to the property owner. And again, compliance has not been met in regard to the extermination report.
Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer, I find that the violation still exists. Also find good notice, given proper notice. Owners have failed to appear. I hereby find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication. Owners have until January 24th by which to resolve the violation. If the violation is not resolved by the abatement date, there will be a daily fine amount of $150.
Okay. Case number 27, CEZCU-2022-00705. This violation is in regard to the certificate of use. As the previous cases, the White House condominium, they don't have a certificate of use on file, nor an application on file. As of the final reinspection date, violation still remains. Proper notice was given to the new owners and to the old owners in regard to the violation.
Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer, I find that the violation does exist. Also find good notice, given proper notice, the owners have failed to appear. I hereby find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication. Owners have until January 24th by which to resolve the violation. If the violation is not resolved by the abatement date, there will be a daily fine amount of $150.
Case number 28, MHVIO-2022-00675. This violation is in regard to the elevator. The elevator is out of service and not operating. Again, I opened the notice. I conducted the housing inspection on September 14th, 2022. I opened the violation on October 27th, 2022. The elevator has been out of service as of the final reinspection date, still out of service. The old owner has been made aware. I sent a certified letter to the old owner and to the new owner as well. I don't know if we can show pictures of this because as of the final reinspection date, the elevator door is wide open, meaning anybody can gain access to it, but the elevator is still not operating. I think this is a safety hazard. Yeah, so that's the elevator on the first floor. It's a 3-story building. Elevator door is wide open. You could see that it's not secured. Anybody could just walk in, still not operating. And I spoke to a few owners at the property. Again, it's a condominium. They told me that this elevator has been out for years. It hasn't been operating for more than person told me at least 5 years. I think the building official, he has something that he wants to say.
You know, I was going to pull you into this conversation, whether you wanted to or not.
Madam Magistrate, with along with the other cases, I'm good with sending a statement as well. Whatever fines we need to set high, because these items been the issues with the White House have been open for a while, so I'm good with whatever fines to send a message. And also this thing regarding the cracks I need to send to unsafe structures. So whatever message we need to send, I'm good with it. Financially.
What I wanted to inquire is the elevator door being open. Well, at least I see a floor, and I guess it's still on the first floor. But if it was in the upper floors and, I think that would have been more of a hazard. But if it's on the first floor and the elevator is actually there, right? So it does not necessarily present a hazard this way. Or do you want part of the order is that they secure the door, maybe close it, out altogether so that, no one can access it?
No, absolutely. Because when I first opened the violation back in October of last year, elevator door was closed. When I conducted my final reinspection November 16th, 2023, when I did the inspection, I observed that the door was wide open. Kids could go in there. You just don't know what could happen with, an elevator that's not operating. But, and you can see the top part, it's not safe. Or I don't think it's safe. I don't know if the building official could add on, but if they could at least close the door, and then have the repairs.
Order that says that within 30 days, within the week, to secure the elevator, secure the doors.
To at least close the door, yes. Building official, if you want to add anything.
Yeah, I would agree because there's it's not flush to the floor. So, to at least minimize someone from falling in or something like that, they would need to close it off. But ultimately, the elevator should be operable for someone that has handicap needs. But I agree, Madam Magistrate. Sorry, Madam Magistrate. I'm mixing up the madams there. I agree, Madam Magistrate.
Okay. All right. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find that the violation does exist. I find good notice, and given proper notice, owners have failed to appear. Hereby find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication. My ruling is as follows. Secure the elevator doors within 10 days of the order. Secure the elevator doors and provide proof to the inspector or the building officials that the elevator door is secured. I do find that this presents a health and safety hazard. I find that this is egregious considering that this is a 3-story building and we don't know whether there's anyone there who is elderly, handicapped, in my understanding that this elevator has not been working for years, which is completely unacceptable. So based on the evidence presented, again, an adjudication and a daily fine amount of $750 that will start within abatement date of December 27th. Is that correct, Madam Clerk? Is December 27th is the next abatement date?
Yes, it's the next abatement date for the January 10th hearing.
December 27th is the abatement date. If the violation is not resolved, again, daily fine amount of $750. The next hearing date is January 10th. So we'll hear where we are and what's going on at the next hearing date.
Yes, ma'am. Next case is item number 29, MHVIO-2022-006788. This is in regards to cracks and exposed rebar at the property. Same thing, September 14th, 2022, I conducted an annual housing inspection. And as of the final reinspection date, the cracks and the exposed rebars still remain at the property. No work has been done to repair it. No permit on file to repair the cracks and exposed rebars. And we do have pictures of the violation. And again, proper notice was given, posted a notice of violation at the property, and mailed 3 certified letters, one to the registered agent, one to the old one, and one to the new one. So that's on the first floor, I believe. That's a staircase. It's a stairwell. Seems like they painted over it. This is back on November 16th, 2023. Cracks and damages throughout the property.
Mr. Jean, I don't know if your hand stayed up or if you're raising it.
Madam Magistrate, yeah, it stayed up. I'm sorry. It stayed up.
Okay. Okay.
So these are my final reinspection photos back in November.
Where's this large crack?
I want to say it's on the first floor, looking up to the second floor. I believe it's on the first floor, ma'am. That's a notice to appear. Again, proper notice with the mailing address to the registered agent and I believe to the previous property owner. And these are my original photos back in September 14th, 2022.
Okay. I know that in the past, Mr. Jean, we've made requests where we've asked that they submit a report to the city from an architect or engineer stating that the structure of a building is safe. Is this one of the cases that you think that should be a requirement as part of the ruling? Based on the photos, based on what you're seeing?
Yes, definitely a structural engineer. Madam Magistrate, give me one moment. I'm going to check my files to see if I had any correspondences to this property.
Okay.
In the past. 13700. 3700. White House in.
Magistrate?
Yes.
If I may, I want to also let the record reflect that this property alone itself has multiple daily fines running. So this is not the first rodeo of violation.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely, Madam Magistrate, make it, it needs to be a requirement as soon as possible. From a Florida professional structural engineer.
Okay. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, I find that the violation does exist. Also find good notice given property owners have failed to appear. I hereby find in favor of the city, enter an adjudication. Property owners have let me see, by December 27th, that they can submit a report from a Florida licensed structural engineer to submit a report to the building officials indicating that the structure of the building is safe. That report needs to be submitted by December 27th. If not, oh God. There will be a daily fine amount of $750. Again, intern adjudication, daily fine $750 until this matter is, the violation is abated, is resolved. And with court date, new hearing date on January 10th. We're gonna keep this case coming back so that until we notice progress, or until somebody make contact with you or the building official to ensure that they're actively working on, fixing and taking care of this case, because this building is falling apart, and I'm sure there are tenants, paying rent and living there, and yet they cannot use the elevator, and the building is falling apart and can possibly be unsafe. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Item number 30, case number MHVIO-2022-00680. This violation is in regard to the fire extinguisher breaker bar. Again, I conducted that housing inspection on September 14th, 2022. As of the reinspection date, the fire extinguisher breaker bar is missing only at one of the fire extinguishers on the first floor. But regardless, it's still a violation. It's still missing. And if we could look at the photos. Again, proper notice was given. Yeah, so that's the final reinspection. One of the fire extinguisher breaker bars have no access into the fire extinguisher. So they have to break it with their hands.
All right. Based on the unrebutted testimony of court enforcement officer, find that the violation does exist. Also find good notice, given proper notice, owners have failed to appear. Hereby enter an adjudication. Owners have till December 27th by which to resolve the violation. If the violation is not resolved by the abatement date, there will be a daily fine of $50.
Thank you. And the last one, item number 31, case number MHVIO-2022-00681. And this violation is in regard to the exit lights illuminating, the exit lights, the exit lights being illuminated. There are multiple exit lights at the property that are damaged and they do not illuminate. Requested that they fix the exit lights as soon as possible. Same thing as the previous cases. I, observed the violation on September 14th, 2022. And as of the final reinspection date, I observed still multiple exit lights still damaged at the property. And proper notice was given to the registered agent and to the new property owner. Posted the notice of violation. Exit lights missing. It's hanging by a wire. But yes.
Okay. Based on the unrebutted testimony of the code enforcement officer and the evidence presented, find that the violation does exist. Also find good notice, given proper notice, owners have failed to appear. Hereby favor of the city enter an adjudication. Owners have 30 days by which to resolve the violation. If the violation is not resolved by the abatement date, I'm giving them the abatement date of January 24th for this one. If the violation is not resolved by the abatement date, there will be a daily fine amount of $250.
Item number 32, Sign On East Condominium Association, Inc., Case number FYBIR 2021-00157. The building official will hear this case. You're muted.
Yes. Mayor Jean, building official. This case is a 40-year recertification that still needs to be complied with, Madam Magistrate. And as of today, no compliance. I believe proper notice was given, and no compliance as of today.
Magistrate?
Yes.
This building official, this was the case you requested an extension for. Trying on ease.
Hold on. Sorry, getting confused. Sorry, clerk, that was one of the emails for the.
Yes, from this morning. Yes. I believe they submitted their 40-year.
Yes. Okay. Sorry. Strike that, Madam Magistrate. So we have received their 40-year recertification, and I'm asked to table this case for 60 days.
You want to reset it for how
long? 60 days.
Okay. Let's reset 60 days.
Thank you. I'm sorry about that.
All right.
That concludes all the items for today, Magistrate.
Well, thank you, everyone. Thank you so very much, and enjoy your holidays. Happy holidays, everyone. We'll see you next year, 2020.
Thank you.
You too.
Bye.
Likewise.
Well, actually, and me, I might see you because you need to bring me the orders.
Definitely.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Recording stopped.
Thank you, guys.